Hi, my name is Mana.
Where are
I'm
you from?
Rosha. I'm doing my Masters in English from Presidency University.
Hello, my name is Ron, and most of you know me as Slutwalk from Facebook.
And I heard about Slutwalk a while back actually, but I didn't know what it means. I was not explained properly, and my dear friend Rohan actually told me what exactly it means.
And Slutwalk holds very dear to me, not because it's only for the women or to bring down the patriarchy as such, but I don't want to wrap my story again as to what's happened to me for 18 years of my life. And mind you, I had no psychological or counseling to get me out of it, but because of good friends like you all, I somehow became a strong man and came out today.
As we see in the media today that rape cases comes up every day, like sometime 4 or 5 a week. What is rape actually? It's basically the rapist expressing his superiority over the victim. That's rape. That rape doesn't have anything to do with how the person is dressed, because I have seen differentiated cases where a woman wearing a sari or a woman wearing hot pants, so-called provocative clothes, are both getting raped. So where does it leave us?
If a woman is raped or molested, people blame her. The way she dressed, the way she talks, the way she behaves, why is she friends with men? It's not her fault. It's not her drinking or smoking, her being with friends or her dress that makes her provocative.
Secondly, I've also seen instances of women in burqas, women in saris, women in salwars, top to toe dressed up completely, and there is rape happening. My heart goes out to two very, very, very special people. One is Susan Jordan. I love you, my darling sis, because you are the epitome of strength. I mean, it's because of you that I could get the strength to come and speak out more and be on camera today and speak up and give others a choice to speak as well.
I would like to take a point and talk about men being manhandled too, because not only women who get manhandled, right? Let alone the gay men of the society, but also the straight men or the so-called straight-looking men, the people who don't look like the stereotypical gay. They come off by being manhandled in so many cases. I would like to point out one incident that has happened to me out of the numerous ones that I've faced. Once I was in a very famous temple, and there should be at least 300-400 people before me in the queue to get inside the temple, and I was with my family and my best friend from Bombay. As we were walking in through the queue into the temple, and I raised my sunglasses like that, so my shirt went up a little, so my waistline was a little bit exposed. The priest inside the temple pinched my waist and made a pass at me. By that I mean he winked at me and he smiled. Thoughtlessly actually. And I was so shocked that I forgot about the pilgrimage and I just walked like a zombie inside the temple. Offered my givings to the god, and I just walked out, and I was just stunned what exactly went down. This is actually a place for God. This is not a place for perversion. Even the priest doesn't know that.
I would first want to tell you that I live in a land of hypocrisy where I think there's a hallucinated stock which comes and gives babies to everybody because nobody wants to speak about sex. Secondly, I feel sex is very repressed in our country, and people don't want to talk about it. It's as though it's a crime or something. So, according to me, there's not a power struggle, and it's not between the opposite genders anymore. There's child sexual abuse. I am a survivor of child sexual abuse because of a lot of feudism in the family and power struggle, basically jealousy. So rape could happen because out of jealousy, out of sheer jealousy, or probably the want of power from one family to another. I still am trying to figure out what provoked my rapist to rape me. I'm still trying to figure out why did I keep quiet. Well, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of answers, but as I say, let the past go and we shall heal. But knowing a person like me, I will dig deep to the roots to understand. I'm just a normal man living in the 21st century and I want to know why was I raped. I was a kid. I must have been in class 4 or 5. I was in my t-shirts and shorts and I was anally penetrated against my wishes. I was in pain. Physical pain which lasted just for like a couple of days. But year after year, I had to keep my mouth shut. Rapists only get provoked when you drink or when you smoke or when you hang around with the wrong company or when you come back home late at night, or if you dress a certain way, or probably because of caste and creed and the various other excuses that they want to give. I don't think so.
It's all in the mind of the people who rape. My clothes, my body, my looks, my habits, my company, it has nothing to do with me being raped.
We unfortunately live in a society that is hugely, massively patriarchal. In our everyday life, the advertisements that we see, সেখানে পরিষ্কার বলা হয় যে বউয়ের শ্যাম্পু ইউজ করবেন না, মর্দওয়ারি ফেয়ারনেস ক্রিম, স্টাফ লাইক দ্যাট। তো এই ধরনের একটা সোসাইটিতে যেখানে হিরো হিরোইনকে সবসময় যখন বু করে, যেভাবে পারসিউ করে, যেভাবে তাকে বু করা হয়, কোর্টশিপ পিরিয়ডটা যেভাবে দেখানো হয়, এভরিথিং ইজ সো প্যাট্রিয়ার্কাল ইন নেচার and everything that portrays a woman's helplessness in front of a man's manliness that ultimately leads to misogyny in men. প্রতি মুহূর্তে এটা বলা হয় প্রত্যেকটা মিডল ক্লাস ফ্যামিলি, আপার মিডল ক্লাস ফ্যামিলি, লোয়ার মিডল ক্লাস ফ্যামিলিতে there is a notion that if you are a man you should live like man. তুমি ছেলে, তুমি ছেলের মতো থাকবে। এই ছেলের মতো থাকাটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি কি এবং এটা কোথায় গিয়ে আলটিমেটলি আমাদের মননে গিয়ে কাজ করে, ইম্প্যাক্টটা যদি সেটা বোঝবার মতো ইন্টেলিজেন্স আমাদের সমাজের থাকতো তাহলে পরে আজকে ভারতবর্ষের রেপ কালচার এইভাবে এতটা ফ্লারিশ করতো না। আই এম সরি টু ইউজ দ্য টার্ম ফ্লারিশ, বাট দেন রেপ কালচার ইজ ফ্লারিশিং ইন ইন্ডিয়া। ইন্ডিয়াকে অলরেডি বিদেশে মানে ভারতবর্ষ না বলে অথবা হিন্দুস্তান না বলে রেপিস্তান বলা হচ্ছে, which is so sad. Suparna Raghavan, a human resource professional working with an MNC, does not believe in the term slut. She believes no woman is a slut in the sense the society uses this term. Suparna Raghavan feels that a rapist is actually an insecure person who rapes to prove a point. She feels that as a society we need to be more sensible to know that men and women are no different than one another other than the obvious biological differences. She says this is going to take a while and she will wait for the time when every individual in the society will feel safe. Suparna Raghavan, when first heard of the concept of Slutwalk, she thought that it was a cruel way of getting back to the society. But then it made her think. She thought that this will make some people think, at least some people will think, at least some people will get a jolt and they will come out of their comfort zone and they will start thinking. We as a society need to take this very important call that are we going to live in this kind of a society that is known as Rapistan? In a country যেখানে খাপ পঞ্চায়েত বলে যে মেয়েরা আজকাল নুডলস খেতে শিখেছে আর প্যান্ট পরতে শিখেছে বলে রেপ হয়, in a country where women are objectified every day. If we think that we should live, our children should live in a better country, our children should live in a better society, a society that is free from any kind of disrespect, any kind of discrimination, then let's work towards it. Let's make it happen.
I would like to thank 3 groups over here. One is the Chandragraphy for hosting us, getting this photo shoot and this documentary done. Another one is Flower School London, because of the amount of motivation, although they are not over here physically but they're there in spirit and most of us are representing them at the Slutwalk. And I would also like to thank Slutwalk because you guys have given us a platform to come forth and voice our thoughts. There's a lot of pain amongst a lot of people, and I think India needs to know about that big time. Thank you.